Good evening and welcome to the Nighttime Heat right here on Prime FM 105.5. This program is also streaming live on our Facebook page. That's the Nighttime Heat Facebook page and our Nighttime Heat YouTube channel. If you want to watch the show online, which we encourage you to do, also just tap Nighttime Heat on your Facebook page and Nighttime Heat on your YouTube channel. We are streaming live tonight. We want you to share the show so that your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, your partners can also follow what's happening tonight. Tonight promises to be very, very interesting. And of course, let me give you the good news, the big news. Nighttime Heat will shortly begin to go daily, 4 week. When I talk about 4 week, I'm not talking about FOUR. I'm talking about FULL. 4 week, beginning the 1st of February. Nighttime Heat will be 4 week this time around. From Monday up to Friday, we'll be on your radio. And of course, we'll be online on YouTube and Facebook. So let me just acquaint you with what is coming up tonight. Very, very shortly, as soon as sort of my panelists arrived, who're going to have a grill with Madam Miata Fambole. I'm sure you heard that name, right? She served as the chair of the ruling Unity Party inaugural committee. Miata will be here, and of course, we're going to talk about governance and other issues. Besides tonight, the MCC delegation has arrived. We started waiting to get this compact, out of the 500 million or 300 million, whatever God has for us. And of course, the delegation is in town to begin work on the second compact development. So that discussion will have a video, when the delegation arrived, they spoke, they held a meeting with the Minister of Finance and others. And of course, going to play that video for you and discuss what does it mean if we're going to get the compact. The government has, has responded to this whole U.S. visa restriction. How did the government respond? We're going to talk about that as well. My panelists and I are going to do an analysis of the government's response to the U.S. visa restriction. U.S. visa suspension, we're going to talk about that tonight as well. The port decentralization bill, it continues to deepen, the debate continues to deepen, especially with recent anti-bill protests by the dock workers, they were at the Capitol. And of course, we'll have the video going to talk about that as well. And if time permits, we'll talk about the CSA, Jokai, we got a video here, or the audio as well, the picture. Jokai has begun engaging commercial banks on bi-monthly payment scheme for civil servants. The government wants to begin paying civil servants 2 times a month. That is, I'm sure if we're making $100, after 2 weeks, they give you the first $50. And after another 2 weeks, they give you another $50. But is that practicable? Is that workable? Is that feasible? We are hearing from our own sources that this decision was handed down unilaterally by the CSA. So we're going to talk about that as well. And, the last discussion has to do with Bapolu County. The senator, the people of Naked Town, that's the residents there in some part of Bapolu, they returned a gift, a cash gift of 3,000 Liberian dollars to their senator. They said that they are 1,500 people and you give them $3,000. How much would that do for them? So we're going to talk about that as well tonight. I see my panelists, they are all spirited. We started debating our chat room already. David Benedictus Erasmus Namwitawe, welcome to the program.
Sabo, thank you very much. And I'm glad to be with my usual colleagues uh, Edwin and Kennedy, and also Moses somewhere in the United States.
Okay.
It's good to be here.
Thank you, Dave. George, we missed you last Friday, Wednesday.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry I wasn't here last Friday. I had some serious family, bereaved. So
We are sorry.
Yeah, we tried to take care of some issues, and I was very late. I came back on there very late. We did the funeral stay ahead. So I want to say I'm back tonight, and I'm sorry to our MENA audience that you didn't see me, and to you and the team members here. So good evening, everyone.
Okay. Welcome, George. Welcome, and let me welcome Ed Fambule. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Dave. Slava, as always, we're glad to be here.
Okay, and Moses is on now. Is Moses on? Okay, Moses hasn't come on the air. Moses is will be coming on shortly, like you said, and of course I just ran through the lineup. We will have, like I said, we'll be having a grill with Madam Miata Fambule. This is a household name. She served as chair of. Okay, she served as chair of the Ruling Unity Party inaugural committee. So a couple of things we're going to talk about, including governance. Miata from a family, from the background of people who are very spirited, a spirited campaigner for women's rights, good governance, social justice, and all of that. So we're going to talk about all of that tonight for 45 minutes. She's here for 45 minutes. So let me welcome Moses quickly, and then Moses can welcome, and one of you can welcome our guest. Let me welcome Moses quickly. Moses, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Sabat. It's a pleasure to connect with all of you and all of the folks in Madam Family. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope we can have a very good discussion this evening. And our techs in studio, I want to say thank you for the great job you continue to do. The people in Monrovia, thank you for following us continuously. It's a pleasure to be by, guys.
Okay, Moses, thank you very much. Gentlemen, let me ask one of you to welcome our guests. Let me not do it all I alone. Let me welcome ask one of you to welcome our guests quickly.
Okay, I will take the lead. I want to welcome NT Miata Family. I call her NT because she's a professional person. She's an educated. I've been knowing her very well. When I was with the Daily Observer, when she brought the Obas girls program in Liberia, I covered it extensively, and besides that, she's really someone who loves to educate and engage into professional things in this country. So, Auntie, I want to say welcome to the Nighttime Heat. Please feel free to interact with us. I know you're strong, but sometimes the heat can burn people. So thank you. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
But Sokwa, I thought you were going to say Auntie Miata, who's been producing music for the past 50 years.
Oh, let me
You
get
just
okay.
jumped
Let-
in
let-
and
let-
said
let-
everything.
This is our time. I love that song.
And in fact, one of the songs that she did also that I love, and I used to play when I was on the Super Morning Show almost
Yeah.
every morning. I love Saturday night. No, Saturday night.
Saturday
And
night,
Kuyoko also. But gentlemen,
Yeah.
let's try to get into our discussion because she's here for 45 minutes. And then she'll be gone, and then we'll do our other discussions. Madam Famula, welcome to the program once again. Okay. Let me start the ball rolling. How's everything with you?
How is everything with me?
Yeah, with you.
You know, I woke up this morning.
Mhm.
I've gone through the day, and I will go to sleep, and hopefully I'll wake up tomorrow morning.
Mhm.
And that is to say, none of us know tomorrow. I'm coming from a very philosophical point.
Mhm.
None of us know tomorrow. And for every day that we spend on the planet, we have to give thanks. We have to give thanks. And if we are, like we say, Christians, and says that he holds the key, he determines our fate,
Mhm.
then yeah, what happens, what he throws at us is what we have. So I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good. I've got life. I don't have any terminal illness. I'm not in a hospital. My children, my loved ones, my family are all good. And yeah, we lose some friends at this time of our lives.
Okay.
Some very, very good friends have passed away, and more will come. So,
But in totality, you are good.
I'm
Now,
totality,
so
I'm good.
what are you doing now? I can remember. I know you one person who supported this administration very, very strongly,
I still do.
and you still do. And in
Yes.
fact, you served as campaign chair. I mean, not campaign chair, but inaugural chair. So, what are you doing now? Are you in government, or are you outside of government? Are you providing some consultancy? What are you doing now?
What am I doing in relation to the government?
Mhm.
No. I campaigned because I wanted a change. Okay, I wanted a change, and out of um, all of those who were running, that I just felt Joseph Boyka was the best choice. And I mean, I came to that conclusion by probably 2021 or 22 when I first said he's the one, and it wasn't because I wanted to be in the government. Are you serious? Look, my life is too exciting. It's too interesting for me to come and sit in an office and yeah, that's not me at all.
So, I know my colleagues are coming quickly. So you said you supported him because he believed in that he was the appropriate president. He's the
Yes.
appropriate president,
Yes,
and you got expectation that he would deliver. Is that expectation still lives with you?
they're delivering.
Okay.
And Sakwa, we have to be very, very honest with ourselves. We are Liberians. All of us are Liberians. Remove the party politics, remove the tribes, remove everything, and let's look at each other as a nation. We are Liberians. We have no discipline. We have yet to become a disciplined nation. Is that Joseph Boyka's fault? Can Joseph Boyka? I've been in town almost 1 month, and I observe everywhere I've been. I'm observing what is happening in offices and stuff, and I'm saying people are not on the ball.
Okay.
People are not on the ball. People are not go. They slack with their jobs. They slack with their jobs.
Okay, I will come back to you. You said they are delivering, but you're trying to also pick up a couple of things. We're not a disciplined nation, and people are slack with the job. Let me come to you, George Kennedy. Any of you can pose a question quickly. Maybe two questions.
Let David start.
Okay.
Oh, that David Stad. Why are you throwing the ball in my court?
He's more senior than
You're
me.
trying,
So
you're
why
trying,
you
you're
start?
trying to quote to throw the ball in my court.
That's all right.
You know, Sis Miata, it's also a pleasure to meet you again. I'm one of those that frequented your residence because of the kind of relationship we have. And so look, the question I'd like to ask is, you said there were a lot of presidential candidates, including Joseph Boakai, Alexander Cummings, George Weah, and others. And you said Joseph Boakai, you felt Joseph Boakai was the right choice. And I believe before you came to that conclusion, you must have evaluated all the candidates. What did you see in Joseph Boakai? What qualities did you see in him that make you to make that decision that he was the right choice among the rest?
I don't know if maybe because I'm an old person And so maybe it can be interpreted that I was biased. But I figured I saw my country absolutely spiraling out of control, spiraling out of control. The indiscipline I was telling you about, the drug addiction and abuse that had suddenly sprung up, and I saw young girls on Payne Avenue, and it was just like, hey, I caught it, woman, Lincoln. But yeah, I mean, that's what used to happen. We were children, and when we had to be disciplined, it took our elders. So I in my mind, I said, if we have an older person, he can calm us down a little. The children will automatically have to show respect, because that's another thing that worried me. Our children had no more respect for us, no respect whatsoever. And I come from that generation that even if the person was 1 year older, you called and sis, or bought this, or bought that, even if you were not related, because we had to show respect for those in Monrovia when I came. And I came every year. I was here every year, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21. I'd come in and observe, etc., do what I have to do, pay my dues, etc., put flowers on my mother's grave, etc. So I was here every year. And like I said, I observed. And that's why I thought this old man, he would calm us down. He would slow he would slow things down because we were just getting out of control.
Okay.
Now, let me do a follow-up question.
Yes, you got two
Yeah,
questions.
I'm gonna do a follow-up question.
That's the
And-
second question.
And my second question is, Madam Family, this is a Joseph Boy guy who was at that time, even prior to the election source, being referred to as a PACA, a vice president, former vice president, who admitted that the government in which he served as vice president squandered a lot of opportunities. And that was a major factor in terms of derailing, or retarding the progress of Liberia, because they squandered a lot of opportunities. Yet and still you say he was the right choice. And I'm still wondering as to what attracted you to him.
He wasn't president when he was parked car. He wasn't the president of Liberia. All right. I'm sure if we asked Jeremiah Cohn, he probably like to be a little bit more busy, but that's not his job.
We sincerely apologize for the breaking transmission. I think that was beyond our controls. But we are back on the end. This is the Nighttime Heat, Retina Prime FM 105.5. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. You can watch online as well. And of course, our guest here on the first portion of the program is Madam Miata Famula, a household name. She's here, and of course, responding to some interesting questions about governance and all of that. So, gentlemen, welcome back to the program.
I forgot to ask you a question. That
Okay,
was
so-
asking her. I said, look, you just said Baga was a pactor as he was being referred to at a time, and he also admitted that the government in which you worked as vice president squandered a lot of opportunity, contributing to Liberia's backwardness and all that. And now asking you how then that you get attracted to him, or you got attracted to him.
It was not his responsibility. There are many vice presidents who have lost their positions in other countries because the powers that be or the main person thought they were being too aggressive and they were after their job. You understand? It is not the job of the vice president to come and put down policies. Yes, it's done together, but and that is why he made that statement.
Okay.
And I think, and the other part of his question was, if they squander the opportunities and everything, all of us were here. All of us were here. First term was fantastic. Lots of things were done in the first term. But I'm saying in the second term, I'll be the first to admit, I feel that Madam Salif relaxed. She dropped the ball. Her priorities changed. And that is why in the second term, you cannot say, we did much. I'll be the first to say
So you
that.
think he was right to say that they squandered a lot of opportunities?
Of course he was. Look, that's the problem. Is it tell friend true, not well friend? Tell your friend the truth and you don't spoil the friendship. And I'm saying I wasn't a vice president or whatnot, but I was a supporter of Madam Salif and JMB in 2005. And I'm saying, as one of their supporters in the Liberian, yes, I feel she dropped the ball.
Okay.
And that is
And-
just being truthful in my opinion.
I'm George Kennedy again. I want to say sorry. Your building got burned all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we discussed it here on the show the other time, and we
Thank
are standing out. Yeah, so I would like to ask you, how long have you known the president in terms of before he could become vice president? Or what? So how long have you known him, and what level of confidence do you have in him? Probably he may want to go when he reaches certain age. He may want to go second term. What would be your advice on those things?
When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it.
Okay, the first question.
Okay. And, and another thing is, in our society, people frivolously throw around, oh, I know him.
Okay.
I know him. And I get very upset when people say they know me. Okay?
Okay.
Because none of us can know anybody. Even parents don't know their children. If you understand what I mean.
I understand.
So yes, I have known the man Joseph Boyka probably since the 80s. He and my brother were in the government together of the PRC. I remember that very well. And all along the line, Liberia is a family place. You see people and often enough, and you are married to. And his wife is one of the people that I genuinely have a love for as a human being, and not so much because of her, but because of her father. Katumu's father was the lawyer when my father was indicted for treason.
Okay.
in 1968. You see, so but we don't visit each other. I don't visit their home that often for special occasions or something like that.
Oh, well.
Yes, I'd say I know her well.
Okay, Ed.
Well, a disclaimer, that's my older sister. So, but anyway,
Yeah,
I
but
just have
still
to answer.
ask the hard question.
Yes, question. Tada, there's this thing. You've seen a lot of leaders. You've seen a lot of presidents. And you've seen Liberia before the Civil War, during the Civil War, and after the Civil War. Are you worried about the future of this country? Maybe after Joseph Boakai? Are you somehow do you somehow think about it? Where's the direction of this country?
But of course, those of us, we have to be concerned, because I'm saying in a society where we cannot give our young people the opportunities, where we cannot find jobs for them, it doesn't take rocket science. They're gonna get tired. They're going to get tired. They're going to get revolt. Liberia will not be a test case. Liberia won't be a test case.
It's happening in Kenya. And other
It's
countries,
happening in
yeah.
Kenya. It's happening everywhere. So yes, I'm concerned, and I'm saying we have to express that concern, and we have to think, how do we go about getting more investment simply to help create these jobs? Because 100 jobs ain't nothing, 200 ain't nothing. We have to think about how are we going to take care of 200,000-300,000 young people every single year, the graduates that are coming out of college. We don't have jobs for them. The kids are going from high school into college, and they said an idle mind is the devil's workshop. If we do not find things, productive things for our young people, we're going to be in trouble.
Okay. Moses, you listening, viewers and listeners, you are watching the Nighttime Heat. And of course, we have as guests, Miata Famole, our guest on the first segment of the program. She's here for 45 minutes. She's gone 32 minutes already. We may let her add some time because of the breaking transmission that we just experienced. Moses, it's your time.
Yeah, Mrs. Family, once again, let me say it's a pleasure. And let me use this. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, she's hearing you.
Yeah. First, let me begin by expressing my regret for the loss you suffer. I saw the fire outbreak when your property was gutted by fire. I'm very sorry for the loss suffered, But let me ask you two critical questions. You have made some salient, assessment of the current government, what is happening in the country, and your level of trust and confidence in President Joseph Yuma Boakai. Thank you for holding that view. I would like to take you to the inaugural committee, the committee which you headed. I can still remember January 22nd, 2024, when Liberians foreign guests assembled at the Capitol, where the inaugural program was held, and at that event, we almost experienced a fatality. Our president suffered his stroke, and report that emanated from Liberia that the inaugural program was poorly planned and executed. You chair that committee. Tell us what went wrong.
Everything.
Yes, explain. I want you to elaborate.
Sweetheart, it's like 2 years, okay? But since you want me to elaborate, let me be very fair. Because I guess we cannot run away from this wonderful story of the inauguration. I explained to the Liberian people that when I was nominated as the chair of the inaugural committee, somewhere in my mind, I thought I was going to be in control. When you are given a position and like the one I had, I assume I would be in control.
The correct. The correct.
Just go ahead. Go ahead.
However, the typical Liberian DNA, everybody was chair, everybody was doing their own thing, you know, and I was fighting with the Unity Party because they thought it was a Unity Party event, and I was saying this is a national event, and I wanted to have the inauguration at one place, and everybody else wanted it another place. So I didn't have the decision. People say, "Oh, why you didn't go and complain to the president?" I'm 74 years old, 75 years old. I've been given a responsibility, a minor responsibility, because it was no big deal. We've done programs in this country before, okay? But everybody wanted to be inside. That's all I can say. And they say too many cooks spoil the broth. The legislature were doing their own thing, and then the outgoing CDC party were doing the same thing. In fact, they were in handling. They were handling, and Blamo, we said to me many a times that Joseph Boyka will be president after 12 o'clock on the 22nd. Until then, we are in charge. I said, sorry, oh, Papa. Yes, so those are the kind of dramas we had, my brother. I mean, every church was calling me for the choir to sing. Everybody who had a talented child wanted to be in the program. It was just chaos. It was just chaos, and I was fighting on all sides.
Okay. Moses, your second question.
Yes, okay. And thanks so much for the explanation. Let's go to the financial aspect.
That is what I was going to say. I think you were actually more interested in the financial aspect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
so let me take you there quickly.
Yes, and I want to explain it again for the 100th time.
Okay. Yeah, tell us about the $600,000.
No, a budget was established. All of us, everybody we had meetings at the Foreign Affairs every day. The final decision was for 650,000 United States dollars. Okay? Mind you, the budget had already been, legislature, cast, everything was decided for that $650,000. The only people who could retrieve the check for the $650,000 was Minister Blamo Wise of the CDC. And I had to literally threaten him that if I didn't see a check for $650,000 to be deposited in the central bank for us to get our work done, I was going to go public. And he begged me, and he's a global mayor. I have weaknesses for some of my people. Yeah, but a day and a half, Blamo Wise brings this check. He's taking the check to the Central Bank of Liberia. Are you getting me, brother?
Just go ahead.
I am listening. I'm listening.
I have no authority to sign a check on my own. That's the first thing. Absolutely. Miata Fambule could not sit down and write 50,000 and go to the central bank. There is a system in governance. And so at the end of the day, Dewey Gray, who represented the Minister of State, Comfort Sawyer, who represented the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Miata Fambule. I was the last person to sign the checks. And like I said, if I knew where you were, I would send you the whole budget lineup. I can get you a number, etc. So there was no way. Every single amount of that 650,000 United States dollars was budgeted and assigned with everybody. I mean, the committee sometimes were 50. The vice president was there. The party chairman was there. Everybody knew where this money was going. Now, of course, some people will say, oh, she knew Comfort Sawyer. Oh, she knew Dewey Gray. But, you know, please. I mean, these are people that I wouldn't even, you know, I'm not coming here to try and smear their names. We realized we budgeted $100,000 for the renting of cars, for instance. So I wasn't coming to argue with anybody. We wrote the check for $100,000 and gave it to those who were responsible for the security. The check was made out to the NSA or something like that. You know, every single commodity. And we could only write checks for government agencies. Government agencies. We couldn't write checks to individuals apart from the decoration and the catering.
So in essence, you are saying that there was absolutely no misappropriation of that 650,000.
There was no misappropriation.
So where did the check come from?
Central Bank.
The central bank.
So what?
The check deposited
Yeah,
in the central
Moses,
bank.
1 minute, Moses.
Because there were concerns, you know, why the program was being planned, and after the program, there were reports all around the place that NASCOP gave that money.
No.
There were,
God.
you know, there were reports like that.
We
we read.
decided, all of us together, it was the government of Liberia's money.
Okay.
It was the government of Liberia's money. I can tell you the initial meetings we had, we started off with like $900,000, our budget. And everybody came and said, oh no. And then the president himself was sending signal. I don't want anything extravagant. I want you all to spend a whole lot of money. We came down to 850,000. Argue, cut down this, etc. Look, David and all of you here, I'm 78 years old. I love this country. It's my father's country. It's my mother's country.
Surely.
$650,000 itself in a lump sum is not enough for me to spoil my family name.
I know.
It's not enough. How much was I going to get? How much? They never budgeted and say, oh, we give Auntie Miata's office 50,000. I didn't even have money in the budget to run my office.
Okay, Madam Farmer, there was an issue of vehicles that were purchased.
Talk to Mary Bro.
The vehicles.
Talk to Mary Bro. she was at GSA.
The cost of the
So what can I just
So she said, talk to me.
She said, I said,
Okay.
talk to Mary Bro. Mary Bro at GSA received the money
for the vehicles.
for the vehicles.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Moses, you can come in quickly.
Yeah, so Madam Family, quickly, if I may ask you, do you feel disappointed for the fact that President Joseph Yuma Boakai, from the onset of his administration, he commissioned a committee to conduct a probe into how the inaugural committee operated, the expenditures and all of that. But as I speak to you, there has been no public report telling the people of Liberia what happened with the inaugural committee.
You
Not
know,
that
my
I'm
brother.
aware of.
You know, my brother. My
Do you
brother.
feel disappointed?
No. I want to answer you.
Sure.
You.
Sure.
Because 99% of our people have shown themselves to be thieves. That is why it was so easy for everyone to feel that I had benefited. Here is, listen to the question you are asking.
Yes.
Inauguration happened January 2024.
Mhm.
You say you are a Liberian. You are in the United States or wherever. You have access to internet. You have
Of course.
access to stories.
Mhm.
And if up until now you do not know that I rendered a report to Joseph Boyka on February the 9th, 2024, and the president congratulated me and my committee and is on the executive mansion site.
So,
What are we supposed to
Madam
do?
Famule, Madam
Yes.
Famule,
No, no,
it
no,
is
no, no.
it is true. Let me come in, Madam Famule. I read your report. I read the commendation from the president.
So what
My
are you
question,
me?
yeah, will you allow me to speak? My
No.
question to you is this:
Ask the
the
question.
president commissioned a committee to investigate. I am talking about the committee that was commissioned to investigate your committee. Now, what you submitted,
I
the
never knew.
committee is yet the
I
committee.
never knew. Sir, you read wrong or you read
No,
fake news.
no,
President
I didn't
Joseph
see fake
Boyka
news.
never established a committee.
He
President
did.
Joseph
It
Boyka
was in the
never,
meeting. Anyway, let's not make this.
he never
Madam,
did, my
Madam
brother.
Famula, the president did.
He
It's in the
did not.
public domain. He did.
He's-
He commissioned a committee
Tell me,
to
tell me,
investigate.
Jesus Christ, this guy. Tell
Yeah.
me when the president, I'm the victim here. When did the president organize this committee to look into it? You see how you're a lie?
Yeah,
That's some
Madam Famula, I don't even want
lie.
you.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on,
All right,
it's
so,
not the-
Madam
Moses,
Famula,
this is
Madam,
lying.
yeah, let me
It's a
finish.
lie.
Yeah,
Moses.
yeah, Madam Famula,
Moses.
quick, someone, just a second. I beg you,
Moses,
someone. Yeah, let me just correct something. Yeah,
one
please,
minute.
someone.
Moses,
I want
Moses,
to
Yeah.
question. Hey,
Moses, I
Yes.
think Madam Famla has already answered the questions. We don't have to go back and forth with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I just want to say something quickly, and Madam Famula,
Moses,
I do not. Yes, so but quickly. Please, I just want to say something, Madam Famula. I do not want to draw your integrity into question.
That's what you're trying to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's why you went
Yeah,
straight to that
yeah,
question. Okay?
Yeah, Madam Famula, Madam Famula, let me speak now, Madam.
okay, so
You can't
Moses,
intimidate me.
Moses,
Okay, yeah, Madam Famula, you refer to yourself as a victim. I don't think you are a victim.
Moses, I think
Yeah.
Madam Famla answered our question
Thank you.
already.
Yeah,
Now-
thank you.
Forward. Let's move forward.
Okay, yeah. So that in moving forward, I like
No, I can't move forward. You're listening to the Nighttime Heat, rented on Prime FM. And of course, after our guests had left, we'll be also looking at the MCC delegation. I'm sure you're quite aware that the MCC delegation is in town. And of course, they are here basically to begin work on the second compact development. We're also going to look into the government's decision. The government say about to pay the civil servants 12 bar monthly. You know, going to pay you if you're earning $100, they give you 50 after 2 weeks. They give you. Is that possible? Is that feasible? We're going to look at that because we're getting sources that getting a report from our sources that the decision was unilaterally made by the CSA without the fiscal and the revenue arms being involved. So we'll look at that as well. Okay. Yes, Dave.
Yeah, I was asking question, initially from Madam Famula's introductory remarks. When he asked her, so what are you doing now?
Mhm.
Why aren't you working in the government? I mean, and she says something, but is it because you don't want to work in the government?
Of course
Or
not.
is it because...
How often have I worked in the government, David Takwe?
Okay.
I'm 78 years old. How many times you heard Miara Famuleni working in the government?
No.
How? So now I don't want to work in the government. It's a big deal, and people want to do as if I'm upset. Or no, I'm 78 years old. This is the time in my life I'm supposed to be doing what I want, what I love to do.
And what is that?
My friend having her 80th birthday in Ghana, I won't go there. And in order for me to go there, if I have government job, I got to write for permission. No.
So you have to go there to do a redemption there,
You
to
see?
do a song there.
To go do my song. Or even if I go do song, let me go to my friend's birthday. But I don't need to take permission from my minister or the president to go do it. At 78? Come on, guys. I
Okay.
got my grandchildren. I got great-grandchildren. Great. My oldest great-grand is 14 years old. Great. Not grand. Eh?
Okay, so viewers, kindly share the show. If you are watching, kindly share the show so that your friends, your relatives, your loved ones can also follow. You can watch the show on your Facebook. Just tap Nighttime Heat, and of course, you're going to follow the show on online or on your YouTube. If you are in the diaspora, just tap Nighttime Heat and then you subscribe as well. Now, Madam Family, when before this government took seat, I can remember I conducted an interview with you and at the LBS at the time, and one thing you said, which you said that we have continued on this administration, was the constant behavior of government officials going to meet the president every time he travels. They leave their offices and they go. Do you see a fundamental departure to that, or that's still happening?
Oh, it's still
Because you promised that it would have never happened.
No, but I couldn't promise because I was not in a position to take that decision.
No, you
I
said you
simply
would have encouraged the president
Yes.
not to. You have told him not to encourage them.
And the president knows, and there are many of us who feel that way. But I'm saying, this is Liberia. They got a DNA. They saw them doing it in Tottenham time. They saw them in Toba time. They did it in Doe time. They did it in Charles Taylor time. You understand? They did it in Ellen time. Joseph Boyka time, hey, people won't go out there to meet him.
Are you disappointed by that?
Of course I'm disappointed, but I'm saying we all don't have the same values, my dear. And
But why can't you? I mean, this is a man that you've sat with President Boyka before.
I'm not the only one he's
I'm
listening.
coming.
So
I'm coming.
I'm not the
Madam-
only
Madam
one he's
Fan.
listening to.
You say you are not the only one he's listening.
Of course not.
But you could go with your advice to him.
And why? And he's not forced to take my advice. He's not forced to take anybody's
Have you
advice.
advised him on that?
No. No. Because he has nothing to do with it.
He has nothing to do with it.
No.
No, he could come with a proclamation.
No,
He said,
no.
Look, moving forward, I don't want
Why-
government officials coming to
why-
the airport to welcome me.
Why is it that he has to do it? What about the individuals? Don't they see anything wrong
But
with
because
that?
they're used to that. But in an interview with you said that would have happened.
Yeah.
You would have encouraged the president not to allow that to
And
happen.
I'm saying once we have voiced it, there are those who will say, oh, don't mind Miata. Just like the other one who called from America and tried to paint me as a thief. Do you
No,
understand?
I don't think so. I don't think he was trying to pick you as a thief.
Yeah, well, that's what he is. He wants to know the financial blah, 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 blah. I
I
can
think,
only
I think that,
Yeah.
Madam Family, just a moment. I
coming
think,
in
I
here.
think,
Most of you are not coming in.
no,
No, I'm
just-
coming. Most of you don't have the
also,
time.
let me just say something. I think that Madam Family is becoming condescending, and that's absolutely unacceptable. I want to know that.
But look, Mr. Moses, I only know your name as Mr. Moses, and I've been given a time limit on
Moses,
this
I'm
show.
not.
And Mr. Saini, Mr.
Been
Saini.
given a special time. I'm about to get off this program, but if you want, I will ask them to relay my WhatsApp number to you, okay? And you can call me, and I'll take you on word for word.
Okay, I
So-
think that's okay. Now, you in your introductory statement, you indicated that the government was delivering. You said it plain blank that the government is doing well. Now, but you haven't yet said, and let me ask the question so it can be specific as to in what areas. We have the rule of law, the issue of health care, the issue of education, the issue of fight against corruption, all of that. In what area do you see the economy as well? In what area do you think that the government is making some strides and the government is not performing at all?
For the past 6 years coming into Monrovia, I've had to spend a lot of money on fuel to run the generator.
Okay.
All right? I've not spent $5 on fuel. So actually the LEC people and whoever were there before, They owe me. They owe me hundreds of dollars for the fuel that I had to buy for generator from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. I had no electricity. I had to put on my generator. I have been home since the 4th of December. The lights have been off not more than an hour.
Okay, that's energy. Let's talk about
That's energy.
infrastructure. Yeah?
Okay?
Mhm.
And that's one of the
Mhm.
basics.
Mhm.
Light,
Mhm.
running water.
Mhm.
Running water.
Mhm.
We have water now. From 1990, when they cut off the water or whatever, from 1990, I have not had running water.
So is it under this administration you have water?
More Ali not turn my water on.
So during the last administration you didn't have water?
There was no
No,
water.
there was no water.
There was no water.
So you have water now?
No. Look, if there was water, I'm not here to make anybody
No,
look
I
bad.
know.
Yeah, but somewhere the way you asking me, there was no water. You know damn well there was no water. Oh, man. We're talking about Liberia.
Asking.
We're talking
Let-
about Liberia.
Mhm.
We're talking about Liberia.
Mhm.
Yes. And then I see them working on the roads. I see them working on the roads because
Okay.
people do not understand how important it is to have roads. Go to Cameroon, go to Ghana, go to Togo. The people are moving, their country developing. Me and you can't go from here to Kepamas. What is wrong with us? We need the roads. I see it happening for the
What's
first
about
time,
healthcare?
and I'm pleasantly surprised.
Healthcare.
What about healthcare?
Now I'm asking what are the government is performing in
They are
delivering
going-
health services.
They are going to perform because the government, especially for healthcare, cannot provide healthcare without the financing. Without financing, and we just got 124 million from the Americans. Hopefully, the Minister of Health, the people in health, they will get the right machines in the hospitals and bring up our healthcare system. Look, when you talk about healthcare, I was at the Ministry of Health 2 days ago.
Okay.
I met a very young doctor by the name of, oh my goodness, Zia, Dr. Zia. He's in charge of the mental health program. And I'm telling you, I was so impressed with this young man. I went to find out the state of mental health in Liberia. What are we doing about mental health? Have we changed our attitudes that when somebody has a mental health problem and breakdown, then we just let them run in the street? Our families don't have anything to do with them, etc., etc. And he explained all the different challenges and everything else. And I said to him, "You need any help? Call me."
You will soon be leaving the program. What's about the fight against corruption? Is the government doing well as well?
How the government will do well? That is seem like Liberian people that Joseph Boyka telling them to steal. No. Let's be serious about it. It's in a DNA now. I told you 99% of the population are rogues. Why do you think Liberians want to do nothing else but to go into the government? Because there's no accountability there.
So the government is failing on corruption fight.
Alright.
Is the government failing on corruption fight?
Yes, it's failing in the corruption fight because of the same Liberian DNA. I'm saying you bring a case, you prepared a case for Findabondo. The very people inside the agency tells Findabondo that they're coming to arrest her, and she's gone. Everybody got friends in Liberia. Everybody's protecting their friends. So in that, yes, the government has failed, but it's because of our own integrity and our own input in this country. They failed. Joseph Boyka didn't say go there and pad up the bills. You saw what he did with his son Amin Mudad. He did not excuse him. As soon as it was brought to the public attention, Amin was gone. A lot of us were disappointed because we had gotten to know him, but he had to go. I'm saying all of the other cases of corruption that the government has brought to the court, the people in the court, the judges in the court, they are supporting the criminals. They are helping the criminals. They burn down our Capitol building. We say we want to take the people to court. They get to the court, they change the stories, etc. Everybody has a friend in this place. Liberia has no friend.
If you were to just grade his government performance, how would you put it?
In 2 years?
Yeah.
You know, I would grade it with an A. You know why?
A?
Yeah.
Be realistic?
I am being realistic. Hear my reason.
Mm-hmm.
Hear my reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I left my house tonight at 7:30 to come to your radio station.
Mm-hmm.
It's now 9 o'clock. I'm going to be going home to my residence on Ashman Street. I couldn't do that in 2019. I couldn't do that in 2020.
Why?
I was afraid to leave my house at 7 o'clock and be in the street. I was afraid. I didn't know what I was afraid of, but everybody was going home at 7 o'clock. Do you understand? It is the feeling. It's not, it's not about, everybody got a bag of rice to eat. It's creating a climate
So in another word, you
where
are saying
somebody
that
like me can,
under this administration, security has improved.
I don't know if that's what you call it.
No, I'm just because you say you are secure now. You say you are secure now. You can go, man.
No, but I don't interpret it as security has improved, because of course there are robberies going on, people breaking into things, but it is a climate. It is a climate that is created where everybody can feel safe and just go about their business and enjoy. Look, Christmas Day, I was coming home at 9 o'clock in the night, 10 o'clock in the night. I could hardly pass on McQueen Street. I said, but wait now, I thought they said no money in the country. Why are these people out here buying, selling up until 12 midnight? Come on.
You sound like all is well. All is well. I mean, there's absolutely no challenges by this government. There's
But
absolutely
because-
nothing that the people are going through. All is well.
No, don't even say
No,
that.
I'm just.
Don't even say
no,
that.
I'm just saying that you are sounding that way.
No, yeah,
When you
because
can give the government A in terms of performance,
yes.
yeah, it means that all is well.
Yes, because you're looking for things that they're not doing. I don't look for negative things.
Okay.
I do not expect any kind of miracle. I don't expect any kind of miracle done by this government, because we found ourselves a good 10 years back. Whatever roads were made in the first term of Madame Salif, it started falling apart, and then we went into the CDC government, which was a complete disaster. And I'm saying now we have to come out of it.
You seem to be very hip for the CDC.
You see?
No, I'm just asking. I'm just saying. Okay, got you.
Yes, I will answer you. I will answer you.
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
know what?
No.
If I sound hateful,
Mhm.
I should be, because I worked with children for many years in this country. When I left in 2018, because I knew disaster had arrived, I went to Accra. I come back in 2023, and the little 15-year-old boys and girls that I left up there on Ashman Street, they've all turned to drug addicts. That's where I'm angry about the fact that 1.2 million people, children in this country, have gotten addicted to drugs. A third of our population. You're not
So
worried
do
about
you
that?
blame that on the CDC?
Oh, of course.
They imported the drugs?
No, you the one said it.
No, I'm asking.
No, you said it.
Okay, you're party comment.
So about the comment, no, we have.
So the
Well, you
final
took
comment.
all the time. It's up.
No, I just asked you.
You should
Yeah,
give us
yeah.
a chance to have the
All
press our final
right, 10
question.
minutes after 9.
Yeah, because we enjoy it so much. We get it
You
so.
want to put words in my mouth. You know what
For me,
happened?
the question I want to ask finally is, no,
Man, you want to get in a
And then 10 minutes after 9 should be the
Yeah. So anything for me, I want to sway the attention a little bit because I
You want
know
to be nice.
the heat being coming small. I didn't want you to start sweating there. So I wanted to know, probably, I heard that you're supposed to be hosting some women program this coming Sunday, women gathering.
How you heard that?
Oh, I'm a journalist, aren't you? You know that. So I wonder if you can please elaborate
And
on
what's
it.
the latest song in the making now?
Fine. That's my
Bring the
second
tape.
question.
if you have any latest song, I probably want to put up.
I meant to. I totally forgot. I should have brought you. I'll give it to Edwin.
Okay.
I'll give it to Edwin. All of you will have one.
Okay.
My latest, Still Kicking It. That's the name of
Still
it.
kicking it?
Still Kicking It.
Who's kicking it?
Me.
Oh, you still kicking it?
I'm still kicking.
What are you kicking?
I'm kicking the music. I'm kicking the ideas. I'm kicking the advocacy for sure. Yes. Now, yes, about the women's event.
You got 5 minutes to go.
Got 5 minutes.
Please don't go.
There's a Liberian woman. She's 90 years old,
Okay.
and she carried the flag for us in Nigeria. Oprah Mason was a Liberian woman, and she got married to the first Minister of Information of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Tos Benson. And she has decided to pay her home country a visit. And we thought it would be very, very nice if women who knew her and those who have heard about her but never knew her, so simply come and meet her, and let's give her some flowers for doing so well for us, because I can tell you a lot of people who have gone through Nigeria, especially Lagos, for the past 40, 50, 60 years, have come in touch with the Bensons. They have accommodated us. Our people, they've given us hospitality and everything else. And this woman changed the course of fashion in Nigeria.
Okay.
If today you see the Nigerian girls and they all there and everything like that, she started it. She made them conscious about what fashion was about.
Do you have any plan to bring her to studio?
You want to talk to her, you'll come to the program and put a microphone at 90-year-old woman, you want come walking up the stairs and sitting in your hot office waiting.
So finally, can you do a bars of your song, your latest, quickly? Just small. And then we
Me know, let's do something. If you rich or you poor, let's do something. If you short us,
we want to thank you tonight, Madam Biata Family. Thank you for coming. We did appreciate your time.
Always my pleasure. I'm never afraid of the press, because I think most of you, again, forget that I studied journalism
We know.
in America. And my first job in this country was at ELBC,
Yes,
1967. So I'm not a small girl.
I know.
I'm not a small person.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's take quickly a break, and we'll be right back.
Let's start.
Okay, so welcome back to the program, Connie Shetty Show. If you wish to watch online, just tap Nighttime Heat on your Facebook page or Nighttime Heat on your YouTube channel. And of course, you're going to watch this show live. Again, the good news for you, Nighttime Heat will shortly be on daily, from Mondays up to Friday. I know it's something that you are quite excited about, because on this program, we ask all the hard questions. We don't draw back. We ask all the hard questions because that's the essence of it. This show was designed basically, to espouse, to promote if there's a need for that. It was also designed, to do a critical analysis of issues, and that's what we are doing tonight. Let me play this quickly. I'm sure I told you before that this cruise is coming up. It be held around the at the field, the Double Estate field, organized by the Triumphant Evangelical Ministries. I want you to be there. This is the appropriate time because that's the beginning of the year, and the devil is still fighting hard, trying to manipulate God's children. Let's hear more about the crusade.
To cry in the name of Jesus, God will disgrace them.
Death into the realms of the supernatural to become unstoppable.
I can tell you people family, I am in your family now. I saw something like funny. Wait. I saw funny. I saw somebody like in Kelly. I saw in Usame.
Ministering Minister J. St. Pratt, Ambassador Miracle Keto, Minister Kenneth Greatness Barlett, host Evangelist Dr. J. Ben Greatness.
I want you to bring your friends, bring your family, bring your loved ones. Are you in Sierra Leone? Are you in Nigeria? Are you in Ghana? Togo? Are you in Chicken Supatre? Are you in Bangladesh, Somalia, Singapore, Congo, whatever place you find yourself? I want you to be in this meeting because God is going to be demonstrating his extraordinary power.
19th through 23rd January 2025 by 5 p.m. daily. The venues are Stephen Tobet Estate Field, Japanese Freeway, Gardensville, Monrovia. For inquiries, please call the following numbers.
Tell them that God's servant, Evangelist Dr. J. Ben Greatness, is in town and God has empowered him.
Okay, so gentlemen, that's the crusade there. I'm trying to invite all of you, hoping that you can go. George, Moses, you can watch the crusade online and be, you can revive your soul, Moses, so you can be asking all the technical questions I got, and also David Talbot. But gentlemen, let's hear from all of you and begin with Moses quickly. Moses, your takeaway in just maybe a minute from the interview we conducted with
let me begin from the Spain perspective. I think it was a good interview. She spoke to some of the critical issues. However, there are some things that she didn't come out honestly on. She graded the administration 100%. Anyone who lives in Liberia will agree that giving the administration A, it means that she was not being honest. She spoke about the problem of dishonesty in the country, the problem of dishonesty in the administration. And she's the same one who's saying that the government got A+ or an A. So it means that she was not being honest about that. Another thing she said that really stood out to me as I was listening. You asked her whether she knows President Bouakai. She says, well, she cannot say she knows Joseph Bouakai. She cannot say even her own children, she can say she knows it. So let's look at the literal meaning of the word know. Know means what? Acquaintance, being aware of. So being aware of meeting somebody, it means you know the person. What you cannot speak to, what you cannot vouch for is the person's character. What you cannot vouch for is the person's behavior because human behaviors are unpredictable. And lastly, let me say this. She was being very dismissive when she condescendingly, talked to me in such a disparaging way. And respect it's a dual thing. You know, she wants to be respected by all Nigerians or by people. So for her to be condescending and refer to me because I was being technical, I think she was being very, very dishonest about that. And
Okay.
lastly, let me say this.
You only have 1 minute.
Yeah, my 1 minute. I thank you. Lastly, let me say this. You talk about addiction, and she attributed that problem to the CDC. Madam Famula was being dishonest. The problem of addiction in Liberia is not unique to the CDC. It's a perennial problem.
Okay.
She was in Liberia when Ellen was president. We have problem with addiction. Yes, thank you.
What's your takeaway, Dave?
Well, my takeaway is that, look, I mean, the issue about what happened to monies that were made available for the inaugural program, there were a lot of interpretations, insinuations, innuendos about how the monies were used and who were held liable. And her name was one of the names on top of the list of people who many Liberians thought must have squandered the monies that were made available for the inaugural program. And I think her appearance here gave her that opportunity to provide a clarification that there's so many hands, so many views, so many ideas, so many people who wanted to control things. And under such circumstances, you're finding it difficult as to determine as to who was actually responsible in handling the entire occasion, because everybody wanted to be the head as far as she's concerned from what she said. So, I mean, I think she cleared the air. Anyone who has anything, still has the doubt, can go further in terms of investigating. But
Okay.
I think she has cleared the doubt.
Okay. Ed, let's hear from you.
Well,
Your takeaway.
yes, I will start from where my brother David stopped. I think basically, like you said, because this whole thing has been lingering for many time, time now, and like Moses and others will keep speculating that, oh yeah, this is the the inaugural thing. But I think it's just fair enough when people come to give their honest opinion. You ask her a question: how does she grade the government? That's how she feels. She's not going to interpret how Moses feels. Moses can say the government gets 0. That's his feeling. If she thinks that government have done X, Y, Z, you let it be. You don't come back to to. And my thing is that when we invite guests, and I think many times we do it, we try to dialogue, to battle them. I don't. Once you start doing that, you start pushing people away. Some of the questions that you asked was very technical. And she was able to respond to them positively. And she kept saying to you, now, even the issue of the CDC thing, we all been here. I've never left this country for more than 2, 3, 4 years or so. She talks about the issue of drugs. And I remember when she came back, most of the young children that she had in her Oba girls' school, they were all out there in the street. Some have turned to women having children, some of them on drugs and stuff. And she always says she felt actually disappointed that even in her absence, these kids could not be protected. We're not saying that drugs were not here during Madam Salif's time, but the level at which is escalated under the 6-year period, and she was right. So you can come back and say, oh, somebody is trying to be condescending when you try to impede the person, character. You don't know this lady, like she said, she's 78 years old. She's not a child. So when you speaking to her, you speak with some level of respect. But overall, I think it was good.
The interview was good. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's hear from
the
you.
interview was excellent.
Thank you. I'd like to say this to Mr. Sandy. Most often, it is important for us to respect our guests at all times, even in the midst of our disagreements with them. It suffers again tonight. Usually, it's been happening, but again, Mr. Sandy did it again tonight. You see, If you want people to think and feel
But,
like
but then I have a problem.
if you want people to think and
No,
feel, you say what you want.
No, Soba, let him complete. Let them finish talking.
Let me ask a critical question.
that will come to a problem.
I don't want to know wait now. Wait
No,
now.
please,
Mr.
don't
Kennedy.
interfere in my.
No,
You
but
say what you have
Mr.
to say.
Kennedy.
Please, I won't give you a chance
No,
on this.
I take an exception.
Yeah, you have the right. You have your right. You have the right. If you get a chance again, you speak. I will come back again and clarify.
Okay.
Most often, it's good to
But
ask.
now you are making reference to Moses.
Yes.
Moses will come back to
Yes, he has
respond.
it. Yes,
Ah.
it's good for us to ask critical questions, but it's not good for us to engage our guests into argument.
You have to do follow-up question, Mr. Kennedy.
Follow-up question is not
It's not
argument. There's a difference
Fa-
between
fa-
argument and follow. I'm not debating you.
Well, what do you call? What do you call?
I'm not debating you.
No, but I'm confused. If
You
you
are-
follow-up question,
You
not
saw the
argument.
engagement between Mr. Sobo and Madam Famula.
Moses wanted more
It was
clarification,
very-
so he tried to press forward his concerns and questions.
No,
So that was not disrespect in my view.
please, no.
No, why
You cannot say someone was
No,
dishonest.
I disagree with you on that one.
You have the right.
I disagree with
And
you.
you continue disrupting me. So I think that's how the show going to be. Once you keep talking while I'm talking, I will keep the flow. Because you don't have to agree with me, I don't have to agree with you. I've been very clear here that the essence of this show is if you disagree with me, that's it. If I disagree
Okay.
with you, that's it.
Okay,
You're
so
not going
you
to,
made
I
a
was
point.
saying something, no, Mr. He was
Oh,
interrupting.
go ahead quickly.
Fine, so respect that too. So we are saying you don't control people's opinion. If someone says, if you feel that something is 1%, somebody say I see it as 90%, you don't have to say the person was dishonest. That was complete disrespect to our guests.
Okay.
You don't say that.
Moses, you want to come in quickly
Yeah.
to respond? So can transition.
Yeah. let me laugh this off.
You have the lab.
And that is Josh. Let's be open-minded. Let's be hey Edwin.
Hey, Edwin,
Let's
please.
be open-minded.
Edwin, you're speaking, be
Let's
speaking,
be
yeah.
open-minded. Let's be
Nobody here mind
open-minded.
close. Nobody here mind close. If you use that word, it's also condescending. Nobody here mind close.
Listen, my man.
Don't tell me
allow
let us
George-
be open-minded. Our minds open. We
Gentlemen,
know that people's
let
opinion
the man
represent their
respond.
individual views. Individual views
George.
do not represent facts.
George, let the man respond.
Yeah, so don't use our condescending words.
Come in, Moses, quickly. We got to transition,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
And let me once again reiterate. Let us be open-minded. The statement for Edwin, it is not something that will be bothered by, because what? He's compromised. That his sister. So it's obvious that you will say something to please his sister. You know. He
Okay,
goes
so,
about. So listen.
Let's
Oh, my man, allow me. Let me speak now.
So that's an issue.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, my man, allow me. Let me speak, guys. Please. You guys spoke and listen. And listen. That's how we do it.
okay, so
That's how we do it. When someone is speaking, you listen, my man.
Heat, nighttime heat.
yeah.
So
Yeah, let's listen. So that let me just complete my thoughts.
respect. The man
They
tried to
listen.
ask the critical questions and try to do.
we understand,
follow-up questions.
We
That was
understand
Yeah,
what
Fabian.
you're saying. The person is
Yeah,
being
Fabian,
because of that independent.
Soba, are you in charge of the show?
You be condescending.
So, gentlemen, please, we have to transition. The
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
let me complete my thoughts. Yeah.
Moses, 1 minute. We have to transition. The thing is, if a guest is invited, and that's the reason why we are not inviting guests in recent time. If a guest is invited, and there are questions that you have to ask, if you ask the first question and you want to do a follow-up, you can do a follow-up in a more respectful manner.
Yes.
We are not saying that you shouldn't be, you should engage the guest. You got to engage. You see, at the end of the program, I engage
You
you.
engage her.
Engage her for more than
And even
almost
somebody
5
push
minutes.
us, they didn't want to
for
answer
5
the
minutes.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
She made news here.
So, gentlemen,
But-
News.
So Soba,
yeah, Moses.
the audience out there, was that condescending? Was that disrespectful? I was following up.
No, you were not. You were not. I don't think you were.
I was never disrespectful, but myopically, Edwin and George believed that I was being disrespectful.
Those are some of the issues we have.
Myopically, the two of them believed that I was being condescending because I asked of questions. The lady claimed that she's a victim. She's not a victim.
That's her opinion,
She was asked. She was asked to manage the taxpayers of Liberia's money. She's under obligation to account.
Okay.
You don't even understand how the system.
Let's stop there, guys. It's okay. That move to the next phase of our discussion.
The outgoing government is the one that actually managed the inauguration, not the incoming.
Maybe you need to do a whole news article to defend your sister.
Gentlemen, please, we have to be.
Let's go ahead.
You said in America,
Please, we have to be civil. No, we have to be
Yeah,
civil. Let's start throwing tantrums at each other. We have to
But
be
you know
civil.
what, doing it now?
Gentlemen, we have the MCC delegation in town. Let's try to find a video and play it. The team met the Minister of Finance and others, and they had a frank discussion. They are in country to begin work on the second impact. Compact. Let's try to play the video, and then we can talk about this. This compact is something that we've been expecting, and up to present, we're still praying that we can get out of the 500 million or 300 million, and then all of that. But the team is in town. Let's listen to them.
We met in DC. In that meeting, the meeting was chaired by President Boyka himself, along with other sector ministers, the entire MCC leadership. And in December, thanks to the strong partnership between Liberia and the US government, and the support, the guidance from the MCC management and the embassy that have been with us, the Chargé, Sarah, and others, we as a country were elated that Liberia was reaffirmed for a second MCC compact. That was a good Christmas for our people. And President Boyka will have me again extend his appreciation to President Trump and to you, to President Trump and the US government and people for Liberia's reaffirmation for a second MCC compact. We know that the road to reaffirmation was not a rectilinear path. It was not without bumps. It was not without kinks. But we made it through strong partnership, honest conversation, and working to address concerns and to show ourselves deserving of a compact. Now that we've been reconfirmed, it's like the job starts. It's another long road. It's a road that will require effort, hard work, and what I call a whole government approach to achieving the outcomes. You've come so as to take us further. Liberia is elated to see you again. What we are sure is that we are going to quicken our paces so that the compact development process, which will last as long as 2 years, will be shortened based on what we do. We had a good conversation with you and the team after the reaffirmation on some of the next steps. And so your visit is kind of the next step. You told us you were coming, and this engagement will be January 15th. And only that you're here. So you're moving meticulously with the next steps. And we assure you that we will be starting the process to recruit some of the personnel for the new MCC office. We sent out vacancy notices, and the responses are being overwhelming. And so, working with all our partners and with you, we intend to expedite the process so that by February, the leadership can be in, and then we'll start to recruit others that we targeted to recruit to build on the office as quickly as possible, because we want some manpower to be in by the time of the workshop, the deeper discussions in February. So all I want to say is that I know we have the discussion with all the sector police. We will be here at 1 of the Ministry of Finance. So let me say thanks again to my team, led by Deputy Mr. Duo, who have been working with you and his team of assistants. And in my absence, my senior deputy, Anthony Myers, and the entire team of the Ministry of Finance. But besides the Ministry of Finance, other sector police across government have been working. We have just been coordinated, working directly with you, but it's been the entire government, the people of Liberia, I cited our MCC, and we at the level of the government will do our part to translate their excitement into tangible outcomes for this country. So thank you very much. I will now turn over to do your job a little bit. I will now turn over to the charge who will make remarks, and then followed by Gary.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. On behalf of the embassy, I say thank you very much for welcoming us today. New Year's greetings, and I think this is a great way for us to get started in the new year by taking the next steps with this new MCC compact. So I will leave it there other than to say Happy New Year's to you and your team. We've had a great relationship, and we look forward to working with you very closely as we move forward with this new compact. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Chargé, and thank you so much, Mr. Minister, for the very, very warm welcome that we've received here in Liberia. And it's a real pleasure to be back here in Monrovia, and I'd like to thank you, everyone in the ministry, and all of the ministries who have been engaged in this process to get where we are today. As Mr. Minister said, it's not always a straightforward process to be approved by MCC's board to develop a compact, and I'll say this year was especially competitive. So we at MCC were extremely thrilled to see Liberia continue. We could hear cheers around the building. Everyone was just very, very happy to get where we are today. And as you said, Mr. Minister, this is really due to our shared history, to the very deep U.S.-Liberia partnership, and also to the success of the first MCC compact, which was a very ambitious project, and MCC was very, very proud of these results. These are things that are very closely considered by MCC's board of directors, so we're really happy to be here today. So as for our trip this week, are here to first meet with government stakeholders like you to discuss what the compact development process looks like. It is a long road. We are hoping to sign the compact within a 2-year time frame, which is very ambitious, but we're very confident that together we can get there. MCC compacts are based on very rigorous analysis, so we collect a lot of data to really understand what the constraints to growth are within a particular sector. We also do a lot of stakeholder consultation across the country, so not just working with government, but understanding the opinions of the private sector, of civil society, and of the Liberian people to understand what project would really unlock economic growth and investment in this country. So during this trip, we're going to be talking about some of the key milestones of compact development. As Mr. Minister said, the next one is a workshop that will take place later in February. We call it a root cause analysis. And what this means is within a particular constraint or sector, defining what are the problems within this sector and what are the causes of those concerns, so that we can together develop projects in a compact that really address the true root causes of any problems or concerns within a sector.
Okay, so gentlemen, we listened to the head of the team, the last speaker. We also listened to the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustin Gafoin, and the Charge d'Affaires at the U.S. Embassy. Now, gentlemen, this is something that we've been expecting. Good for us. We're reaffirmed for the compact. Now the team has come again to do further assessment of our needs and all of that. If you listen to the Minister of Finance, he said, what went into the reaffirmation was as a result of the partnership and working together as well. Now, with the team again coming forward, I'm sure the third time. Let me begin with you, Ed. You've worked with those people for some time. Do you think we are nearing grabbing the monetary benefits of this whole compact arrangement?
Yes, I think we already there, because the biggest thing is for you to be put into that pool for the confirmation that yes, you qualified for the compact, and then you go into the second phase. That has to be now the allocation of the amount that's supposed to come to you. Now, when the team came for the second time, they did assessment. They did need assessment based on different sectors. The energy sector, the road sector, other places. In fact, we even had meetings with them at the LEC.
At the LEC, okay.
Yes. Now, they went back, and then now the government have to set up the compact office. You have to have the regional days and this and that. The guys will be looking at the whole program and see how to work it. So that's the phase the government is now currently in, again working with the different sector. I think the minister said it, that process have already started. They put up applications, and there have been a lot of interested Liberians who are applying for the various positions. Yes. Then after that, now the declaration will be made as to how much actually they're coming to Liberia based on the need assessment that has already been done. Like I said, they've been here first. They've looked at all of our sector, the health sector, the energy sector, the road sector, the security sector. So based on that, they were apportioned based on the need of all of those different areas. So I think we're nearing to that actual aspect of it. So there is no need to panic that, because we've already passed the first stage, the second stage. We are now to the final stage. Once we set up that whole structure, then the actual works now begin. Okay. And then the affirmation of the amount will be made, and then we can board with and start a process, because it's actually for 5 years.
Okay.
And the thing is that if you don't absorb that resources within 5 years, it go back to the United States.
Wow. Okay, Josh, let's hear from you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Josh, and thank you, Eddie. We did well by.
So why are you thanking Eddie for?
You're not listening to me.
Go ahead. Go ahead. That way.
You want also have debate.
So
I said you did well by breaking down why really they are here, and if you listen to the head of the delegation, as you said, the MCC actually look at constraints to growth. Constraints to growth. They ain't looking at where you're succeeding too much, and they're looking at those challenges, so that they can help you. That's why that money is able to help you improve in that area. And the minister was very clear. The office, Mr. Famble spoke about, which they spoke about. The minister said the office will be completed by February. The entire office issue will be set up by February. Will be ready, and that the first workshop, in fact, will take place. Of the team. So it means that we are there. We are nearly there. And so once we are admitted in a second compact, it means that you just need to the finishing touches.
Okay.
So those things, I want to salute the government of Liberia actually for this success. I mean, I would be happy if they give us even more than the 500 million.
Okay. Yeah, Tabo, let's hear from you.
And I'd like to take it from a different angle. You know, quite recently, when the U.S. suspended immigrant visa, there were concerns that, Liberia-America relations are getting lukewarm. And the visit of the MCC Compact delegation, in my view, dismisses all that. It further solidifies the relationship between Liberia and America. And because had it not been the case, the MCC office in the United States would have dragged a foot or a feet in terms of sending that delegation to Liberia. But the whole MCC thing is all about alleviating poverty and coming up with projects or taking initiatives that will stimulate economic growth. That's what it's all about in the simplest term. And so Liberia, in all fairness, has done significantly well in terms of its actions in alleviating poverty and stimulating economic growth. For example, roads are being rehabilitated or reconstructed. And roads are major sources for economic growth. And the fight against corruption, the issue of integrity. These are areas that the MCC office in the United States looks at in terms of qualifying or reaffirming the country for another compact. Because the fact that you've done extremely well, the fact that you're showing signs of improving the lives of your people, the fact that you're showing signs of fighting impunity, the fact that you're making several efforts in terms of stimulating economic growth and alleviating poverty. Quite frankly, you consider, eligible.
So you think,
qualified.
or you think we are nearing?
We
getting the catch from there.
Actually,
okay. Moses, let's hear from you. You listen to the Minister of Finance, the Chargé Affairs at the U.S. Embassy, and the head of the MCC delegation that's in town. What's what did you gather from them? You think because Liberians have been really expecting this compact thing. We believe that that will help in some way in trying to beef up whatever the government is doing. Do you see we are nearing to getting a full approval for the MCC hurricane?
A very tough question. I don't want to come making a declarative statement saying that we are nearing. But one thing that I can say, this is a welcoming news. Getting an MCC compact goes in phases. And so let me provide some basic information on that. The minister said Liberia has been reaffirmed. And the next phase is what? Setting up structures, offices, putting in a leadership team, and then you go to the next phase of what? Creating the compacts. The compacts are what? What do you want to do with this money? What are the projects that you want to work on? You're going to put your team together, they identify projects that you want to undertake. After identifying the projects, the MCC, your MCC local office will work with the MCC in the United States. They will look at the figures and then monetize. Take for example, if you say you want to build a bathroom in Soniwe. So you tell the people, say, hey, building a bathroom in Soniwe is going to cost us $10. They get their own technical people, they take a closer look at your project proposal. And they say, okay, it does make sense. They're asking for $10. Let's give them what? $12 to do the job. That's what they talk about, what? Creating the compact. How do you intend to spend this money? What do you want to spend the money for? And that is where we are now. The local office is being established. And the next thing going to be what? Creating the compacts. I think we're making progress. Once we meet those benchmarks, I can say, yes, we'll be heading, to getting the money.
Okay. Yes.
Ed,
you want to come in?
Yeah, because we have people listening online, and sometimes when you deal with these people, because I've worked for LEC for almost 10 years now, and we're engaging in some of these compact projects. What Moses explained is not actually the way it works, right? Now, they have this whole path that goes to a country. Like for Ghana, take for example, Ghana benefited from the compact twice in the tune of $1 billion. The first one was $500 million, and all that money went to the Ghana energy sector.
Mm-hmm.
Liberia benefited the very first time in the tune of $247 million. About 80% of that money was basically for the electricity sector, the energy sector. Now, they did not come here to say, oh, they look at this portion and then you budget for it. No. Portion of that money went to the rehabilitation of Bancoffee. Portion went to the with the rehabilitation of our electricity network. Portion went to paying the management service contractor when we had the foreign guys who were running LEC. Portion went to running some project that I had called ACMS, the gathering the network data. So, and those things were not within the compact when it started. It was an idea that we developed because we know that this PAL is sitting there that belongs to the energy sector. So we can come up with project. Now, when the MCC know that we had an MCC office in Liberia before, we had the MCAL that was being headed by Moniara Captain. And then we had the MCC office in Liberia. So whenever they set it up, there's a Liberian office, and then there's an MCC USA office that is also within Liberia. So they supervise what the MCC local office does. Now, that's why they came in, they've already done the first need assessment for all of the different sector. And like I said, energy. And I can give you the shocking information, Chief, that the money that is coming, bulk of that money again is going toward energy. Because that's already been decided. I think even the president said it when he went on the ERBC. He said it that, we'll get a little more than what we got before, and bulk of that money is going towards energy. So they're not going to come back here to say, they're start looking for project and do no.
So it's most of us.
So let me provide clarification. Mr. Famule, let me beg to differ with you. You just reiterated what I said.
No, I didn't.
Listen to me, my man, one at a time. You reiterated what I said.
No,
I said the word compact.
Let's speak now.
Word compact. When the MCC tells you to create a compact, it means what? Identify what you want the money to be used
for. They created a compact.
So listen, my man, give me a chance.
You don't create a compact.
You spoke plaintively. What kind of man is this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this how you conduct yourself in law school, my man? Yeah. I mean, this is very upsetting. You spoke for over 5 minutes.
Now you becoming condescending now.
Mose, go ahead.
No, man, please let them speak.
Condescending.
No, let them speak, please. Please.
I listened to you. You told me in the part. You said everything you wanted to say. Did you see me go back and forth?
Go ahead, Moses.
Because we don't do that.
Moses, go ahead.
Moses,
I'm saying to you, speak to anyone from the Ministry of Finance. Ask Mr. Gafuan. He will tell you that the MCC is not going to throw money at you. You will have to identify projects. That's what they call compact.
That's not true.
That's what they call compact. Keep quiet. Let me complete.
That's true.
Hey man, Ed, let the man speak.
You have to define things.
You can't do this. Let them speak.
Right there. I understand they are trying to educate me.
That doesn't mean that you have monopoly over knowledge, my man. At what level are you working that you want to tell us that you know more about the compact than anybody else?
I know more about it than you because I've worked with it before. I did project inside before.
So listen to me. You know, I'm saying to you, if you speak to the guys at the Ministry of Finance, they will tell you. You heard the Minister of Finance telling the people of Liberia that what they have started the recruitment process. They're going to set up a local office. The local office is going to work on a compact. When the compact is identified, that compact will be monetized. That's how it goes. They ain't going to throw money at you.
So
okay, my man,
no, I'm coming. No.
Every time they mentor, he misrepresents the truth.
On Monday or Wednesday, we'll try by all means to get an official of the Minister of the Ministry of Commerce, of Finance on this program. The Assistant Minister Yankwa will always come. We'll try to get him so he can drive us through. So what does that visit mean? The visit of the the team that's in town, and then we can ask all the other questions to understand the compact works. Okay, so gentlemen, you listen to the Nighttime Heat right here. Our listeners and viewers, you listen to the Nighttime Heat right here on Prime FM 105.5. Gentlemen, let's try to treat this topic quickly about the CSA. The CSA, let's try to get the photo out. The CSA has been engaging. We saw a picture of the CSA. We read the story of the CSA engaging commercial banks, reaching out to them on decision that has been taken to pay civil servants bi-monthly. We don't know and whether that lies within the purview of the CSA, because the photograph we saw, we didn't see people from the Ministry of Finance or people from the LRA. What we know, being in school, what we know is that the government has the revenue and the government has the expenditure. Now, for the CSA director to be engaging commercial banks without consultation with the finance ministry, consultation with the LRA, the people who supposed to raise the revenue, we think, credit will think that he's trying to overstep his limit. And at the end of the day, there could be a backlash, or at the end of the day, there could be a failure of the whole new scheme that is, talking about that the government wants to introduce. We don't think that the civil servants should be given that sort of assurance when at the end of the day, that assurance will not come into fruition. But I know all of us been reading and we've been doing our own investigation as well. We believe that whatever decision is taken by the CSA, it should be originated from, especially on the payment of salaries, it should be originated from the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of the LRA, because those two institutions are the ones raising the revenue. They are the ones funding the money. And what we know, if the central banks, they don't just pay out to civil servants, there should be a check that will be written to them. And even in doing that, the government also paid some amount of money to the central bank. So if all of those things are not put into the whole new arrangements, payment scheme, that scheme will become a failure. But let me get all of you take on this, your buy-in, and then. But let's begin with Moses. Moses, on this, let's hear from you.
Look, I want to agree with you that Dr. Josiah Joker, I think he has a limited understanding of his term of reference. This is absolutely out of his scope of authority. In a more simplistic way, Josiah Joker is just a human resource manager. His job is to manage the government workforce, civil servants. That's the main job. Who manages the fiscal policy of the Republic of Liberia? It's the Minister of Finance. When you're talking about disbursement, who gives authorization? It's the Minister of Finance. If Joker goes around holding consultative meeting with bank manager, bank executives, is he going to put the money there without reference to the Minister of Finance? This is a discussion that's supposed to be negotiated by the Minister of Finance. Look, first, let me say the intent is good because what Joker is thinking is their head. We need to keep our people liquid. It's not bad. Like in the United States here, most people are paid what? Weekly and bi-weekly. Weekly, bi-weekly. They do that because they know that some people are poor at money management. So when they take pay weekly, they will not go around, borrowing money. You take pay bi-weekly, that is also good for managing your money effectively so that you don't have financial stress. If we want to transport this to Liberia, it is good. However, the people who raise the money, the people who manage the fiscal policy of the country, they are the ones who drive this. Not the senior human resource manager of the CSA. He has no control over this. Let me localize it for you. Like you run your little NGO. It's a human resource manager that will decide as to when you guys take pay or not. Wouldn't that be the chief finance officer? Let me stop there. Joker doesn't understand his term of reference, man.
Okay. Josh, let's hear from you on this. Josh, go ahead.
I will pick certain positive things from Mr. Sandy. Number one, the intent
is good.
It's good. Mm-hmm. But the intention should be as good as the financial backing. So I thought, I don't know. I don't have any idea. I tried to ask some people within the Ministry of Finance. Maybe I was not asking the right people, but I've been told that the Ministry of Finance probably was not aware of this. And if the Ministry of Finance is not aware of this, who will credit the accounts, the salary accounts of those banks before people can get paid? And, so I think more consultation should be done behind the scene to get this, because the government operates.
But let me hold you.
Let me
hold you there. Do you know that Jokai has already gone to the Ministry of Information and announced this decision? And this is my frustration with the people at the Ministry of Information, because we thought before a government minister goes to announce a government's decision on your platform, wherever it is, you should be able to do a due diligence. This is it's a big project. It's not a project only for the CSA. So we thought the information ministry should be able to ask, is this thing in concert with the fiscal? Is it in concert with the revenue people as well? We thought that because tomorrow, if you raise the civil servants' hope and it doesn't happen, they can pay back at the ballot. They can pay back because it will appear like a failed project. But no, you were saying go ahead.
Yeah. So you're right. You are right. If all the Ministry of Finance, especially I'm talking about the RRA, I'm really talking about the Ministry of Finance, because the Ministry of Finance is the custodian of all government finances.
Sure.
They know even the RRA does the collecting and putting it in a consolidated account. So the Ministry of Finance manages that when the money is placed there. So they know how much goes there every day, sometimes every week, every month, this and that. So if they are not aware or if they are not involved with this,
yeah,
as much as that idea is good, it will go pegging down. It won't be affected. So it will just be another PR.
It becomes a flop.
Yeah.
So I think we started this debate today, and I have a different view to it.
Yes, go ahead.
You know, like you rightly said, Jockey started talking with the commercial banks. Now, the way our pay system is done, the government doesn't have to send money to these banks every month to pay salary. What happens is that the payrolls are made by the different entity. It goes to finance, and finance approve it. It's sent to the central bank, you know, to be able to credit these commercial bank, because the central bank does not directly pay civil servants. The civil servants are being paid by these local banks. Yes. Now, if there is an arrangement between the commercial banks,
no. You said something that we need to correct.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you said something that we need to correct.
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
the government does not credit does not send money to commercial banks monthly.
No.
No, you just said it.
No. What I said, the government does not pay civil servants directly on a monthly basis. The money goes to the local banks. It is the local banks that pay government employees.
No, but you
Through the Ministry of Finance.
you're still confusing us here. How will you say the government doesn't pay the people?
So let me tell you how it's done.
So how the money gets into the commercial bank?
Okay, so the Ministry of Finance write the check to the central bank for this group of employees salary at this bank. The central bank remit that money to them to be paid. Now it is the local bank who is at the end side of the disbursement, not the central bank, right?
But it's not monthly now. That monthly.
But let me tell you something. Let me explain. It's not monthly.
Uh-huh.
But these banks also have money sitting in their vaults that they can use. So you see,
but the government pays back. Don't you
have to pay back?
Fine.
Of course. So even if you want,
it's called direct deposit.
It's called direct deposit. So even if you want, now that's why he's not having the arrangement with these banks. Is it possible that when you are liquid to pay our people every 2 weeks? Now, if the bank come back and say, yes, we have the money to pay your employees every 2 weeks, because the government pay you, the government actually deposit that check on a monthly basis. Now, the private bank can be able to credit your account, and then at the end of the month, when the money comes, the private bank already have that money in their account.
Do you know
what it does? No.
On the banks?
Chief, the central bank know exactly what is the liquidity ratio of these banks. Now, what it does also, right? Moses said something, but I just wanted to add up to it. Now, there are two things that happen in our country. Our country look very much cash script. Many times you go around, people are complaining that, oh, there's no money. The economy is actually out of liquidation. You don't see a lot of money out there. Now, because people have to wait for 28 days to get paid. When they get paid in that first 2 or 3 weeks, they've used that money. They have to wait again. So it's having an effect on even the people who selling down water and in the store. But if people are having money every 2 weeks or so,
you are talking, Akami, you are talking about the positive aspect.
Of course.
Akami, we are talking about the process. We are talking about the process.
No, the process
does not start with the CSA.
No. I know that.
Start with the CSA.
The Ministry of Finance should have to be.
It's the one that's will be driving.
It's a whole
Ministry
process.
of Finance. I should be driving this.
It's a whole process.
The CSA is behind.
I think the reason why the CSA is starting that, I just want to, to just hypothetically
the
say.
thing is, Akami.
They may have missed the goal by not bringing the two people who control the fiscal affairs in the forefront. Yeah.
We shouldn't create a situation that tomorrow the civil servants will see the government as a lion, because if you raise the hope of people, and at the end of the day you don't perform, you don't deliver, the people no longer have trust in
That's
you.
why I keep saying it is the arrangement.
Already Joker had gone to Mika, and he has announced it.
So my thing is that
without the import of the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of and LRA. How do you announce such a major government policy?
So my thing is that, right?
How do you?
Slobo. My thing is that if we can have this thing working, if the local banks can give us the guarantee that yes, this is
the bank will not give you the guarantee.
Do you know why the banks can?
The bank will not give you guarantee.
Why? Most of the banks got liquidity problem already. Central Bank is actually managing with them. They got liquidity problem, so they wait for their bulk check from the government most of the time.
You think
so? For you to see
what
them in 2 weeks, I'm telling you something.
What happens?
To see them, disburse huge amount of money on salary in the middle of the month.
In 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks? Well, adapting that is not impossible, but it will be very, very difficult for now. I said where the Central Bank, they can go, someone they can go for recapitalization.
Yeah, what?
In that case,
recapitalization. We don't know if these things are also
No,
in the play.
Yeah, to me, the impression I'm getting from you guys is that Josiah Jokai is going around and talking to banks to pay civil servant bi-monthly.
Yeah.
And the impression you're creating is that he's doing it unilaterally. And this is where my doubt is. This is where my doubt is. Josiah Jokai, in my view, as an official of government in charge of civil servants, will not unilaterally, without consultation with the Ministry of Finance, without consultation with the LRA, without getting any go-ahead from one of the institutions or from the executive mansion to have gone ahead to the information ministry and make the announcement. I doubt it. That's my first doubt. Yes, I agree with everyone. It's a good idea. And also, not because, I think in such a situation, I don't know whether that is meeting the acquiescence of civil servants through the Civil Servants Association of Liberia. Because civil servants like to get their salary in bulk and not by pieces. So don't we think that they also need an input? Seek the input of civil servants through the Civil Servants Association of Liberia. Do civil servants want to get their salaries? Half of the salary and after every 2 weeks.
That question comes back to what we raised.
My position here, I'm being very dismissive of the
consultation part.
The consultation part.
Yeah,
that Josiah Joker is doing it unilaterally. Josiah Joker, in my view, is not stupid enough. Oh, I'm sorry for that.
Yes,
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for that. Josiah Joker will not get up one day
and just go
and start having consultations with banks.
But you are also wondering as to why he had a civil service agency. I call it Civil Service Association involved. What he ever had them.
All what we're doing here, we are just speculating, insinuating. We're not sure of what we're talking. The first thing is maybe you go as Josiah Joker, you go as the LRA, they say we know about it, or the finance minister will know about it. So let us not be definitive to conclude that
there are facts that the Ministry of the Fiscal and are coming, Mr. Tabwe. We want to address your concern. There are facts that the revenue arm of the government, the fiscal arm of the government, they are not quite aware. They are facts. The point is what we are saying, even if you are aware or not aware, we are saying if you could see the photograph. I don't know what the producer will put the photograph up. You could even see the photograph. If those people were in the know of that, they all would have gone to the MICAT or even the meeting being held by a Jokai with the commercial bank. What do you think? They couldn't have had their representatives there. The central bank, the RRO could have had somebody there to make it more weighty. That was the Ministry of Finance.
I still disagree with
that. State a disagreement.
My disagreement is that all of them would have been there.
It's not necessary that they would have had representatives there. That's a major government decision. Listen,
The absence of the representative, no, someone, let get it clear now.
That way.
The absence of the representative does not necessarily mean that Josiah Joker is doing it or taking a decision unilaterally. That's my point.
That way. The government will not want to take a major policy decision of that nature. The first in our history. It's the first of its kind to pay people bi-monthly. So that would have been arranged in a more big manner where they would have had representatives from the fiscal, representative from the revenue. They all would have been part of that decision. That's
how you expected it to happen, right?
But that's the appropriate way. That's the appropriate way. That way we all been in this country. We hear about is that a nicotine?
Yeah.
We don't want for opposition to run with any scam anymore. So all the government scamming their own people. No, we saw how the nicotine scholarship went. When the government is taking,
so let me get this on this, please.
That individually taken. When the government is taking a decision, be holistically taken. You should have all sectors on board. Now we are talking about the port bill. Why are people raising the issue about the port bill? Because the legislators, they didn't include the MPA, they didn't include the Ministry of Finance, they didn't include the major stakeholders. So how do you take a major government decision like that without including the other people?
Okay,
go ahead.
And so what? Yeah, so let me just come in quickly. Look, let me tell you guys, like here in the United States, this is what most companies do. They have what they call credit line with all banking institutions. They tell you, say, look, set $200,000 aside for salaries for our employees, and this money has to be disbursed bi-weekly. All they do, they send the information to the bank. They go into that $200,000 and make that payment. At a particular time, the company pays the bank. That's how it works. In the case of Liberia, this is a major policy shift, whether we let Gaffua or not. This is a pronouncement that comes from the Minister of Finance. He's going to say, look, we have decided to make a shift. And based on this, we have started all these arrangements, and this is what we have decided to do. And then they make negotiation with banks. Like you guys can see, they can go to, say, Echo Bank or any local bank and say, look, on the 15th of every month, give us a credit line for $400,000 for salary. So that when the request is put out there for people to get their money, they will get their money on time, and then the government can pay that money by later. But Joker is simplistically the senior human resource manager of the Republic of Liberia.
That's
the main job. His job is to manage workforce. I mean, that is unusual. Maybe I've been out of Liberia too long, that's why. But I think that is unusual. I never heard any civil service director in Liberia that ever exercised such authority as we see now into this Liberia. This statement should be coming from the Minister of Finance, whether we let Gaffua or not.
Okay, let's go with that. Josh?
Yes, I just wanted to, maybe, yes, it's true, Mr. Sandy, be all here for long. Actually, the same thing you explained about the U.S. happening here now. The government does not pay employees through checks or cash. They pay you through the banks. We call it direct deposit. But what worries us here is that most of the banks here, we have 9 commercial banks here. Most of them are not actually capitalized to accept that the shock that may come in our 2 weeks payment or salaries. So I said when someone go for a recapitalization to strengthen their financial position, but the idea itself is good. Civil servant, most civil servant would like it. It's good to have money floating all of the time. But actually, even the central bank is aware. Central bank had to be giving some buffer, some financial backing to strengthen the reserve position of some of these banks at the moment. So, and almost everyone then holding salary payment for employees.
So just
we have to transition quickly.
Yeah. I think basically, like Tagwe said, I think this thing has been started now. If you look at December, July and December, when do the government pay, right? So government pay most of the employees from the 10th to the 15th of the month, right? And then the direct deposit is often made at the end of the month to these banks, right? So, like you already said, if there's an arrangement between the central bank, the Ministry of Finance to say, look, yes, we have a direct deposit for you, maybe for EcoBank, for all of the staff from the Ministry of Finance that costs $300,000. Can you split this money into two? Every 2 weeks, you pay this fund, and then at the end of the month, we give it to you. Those things can work, and they are possible. And again, let me say this. You see countries like the United States and other people, they just did not sit down one day and just come up with a whole idea. It is not just about putting money in people's hands. It's a circular flow of money, how often the money goes around. That's what keeps the economy actually affluent. Because if people are not spending money, even for government to get taxes out there, it becomes difficult. The more we spend money,
Comrade, you are still talking about the benefits. We're not talking about the benefits here. We are talking about the process.
But
how do you kick off something? We are talking about the process. How do you kick off something?
Moses made a very good point, where the entity asked the bank, can you give us a credit line? It can be it will be the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Finance.
Yeah, so let me say to you.
Yeah.
Before government can pay its employees or carry out whatever it is, some payments, the government should be able to raise the revenue. The government doesn't have money sitting there.
So there are instances where government are paying.
I'm coming now, comrade, listen to me. Government will have to raise the revenue. Even paying civil servants. You know how much it is to pay civil servants monthly?
We know that.
Government will have to. I'm coming now, comrade. Government will have to raise the revenue. So for you to take a decision that has a bearing on revenue, you must be able to include the other sectors.
So like
you can unilaterally come up and announce something with the absence of the Minister of Finance, the absence of the LRA boss, then you come and say we're going to pay. Look, we are saying these things so that the government can be able to analyze and say, look, yes, that you guys are saying before tomorrow, our civil servants say we lie to them. Because we saw what happened here before. People come up with major decisions, raise people's hopes, and at the end of the day, it turns to be a flop.
I agree with
you. I wouldn't want for that to
100%.
happen, but we have to transition.
I agree to you.
We have to transition. We have to transition.
But
please, let's transition. Let's transition. Let's transition with on this program. Naked Town returns cash gift to Senator Amara Kone. Okay, let's read it. Residents of Naked Town in Bapuru County have returned LD 3,000 given to them by Senator Amara Kone during the festive season. Speaking on behalf of the town spokesman, Charles Lawyer said Naked Town has over 1,500 residents, and the amount was insulting and disrespectful to the community. He expressed disappointment and urged the senator to do better in the future, while also presenting Okinawa. So this is the communication from the gentleman. He said, Senator Amara M. Kone, Senator Bapuru County, Republic of Liberia. Dear Honorable Senator, dear Honorable Kone, compliments as you remain the advisor of the Bapuru County Legislative Caucus and Senator of Bapuru County. We, the citizens of Naked Town, write to say very big thank you for the 3,000 Liberian dollars sent to us as our season. It was well received in good faith. Senator Kone, we are returning the aforementioned amount to your honorable office with recommendations not disrespect as we await response to our recommendations that settled around development initiative. Okay. Now, gentlemen, that was the communication sent to the senator. We read it. It was by the spokesperson. 3,000 Liberian dollars.
That you want to emphasize that.
I don't
No,
want
we
to
just trying to underscore that. 3,000 Liberian dollars
To 1,500.
sent to 1,500 person. Moses, let's get your thought on that.
That's-
Well, let me speak this time as a clinician. I think the people of Naked Town are being
Clinician.
ungrateful.
Very good.
The people who?
Wow. That's my
The people
point.
are being very
They're
ungrateful.
Very
Very ungrateful.
No, let Moses speak.
No,
please.
yeah. So
Because
I
Moses
said the
is
people.
alive.
I said the people are ungrateful because when someone does a favor for you, it is always appropriate, regardless of the quantity, the size. It is always appropriate to acknowledge and say thank you. The senator is under no obligation, or he was under no obligation to give them money. Yes, you may say, 3,000 Liberian dollar is less than 20 US dollars. But what they should consider is the thought process. The man said, look, this is the Christmas. I have so much on my plate, and you guys know how things are. When holidays are coming, these people are overwhelmed. And the man said, look, let me send this little thing to my people. To retain that money, that's a high degree of ingratitude. You don't do that. You don't. Take the money. Tell the man thank you. It's not
Okay.
how much the person gave you, but the thought is what matters.
Okay.
That's
you
what
made the
Yeah,
point.
people
because
do.
I saw what Moses, let
Thank
me
you.
let me nice to him.
Yeah,
to
come
talk
in, come in.
So I agree with Moses 1,000,000 times. The reason why is it's a demonstration of ingratitude, as Moses said. But you know, if you can appreciate little things, you can appreciate big things. The other side of it is that it is not the first time that Honorable Conan, or Conan, how do you call him, the Admiral Conan, has made a contribution to the development or to the welfare of the people of Bapulu. Quite recently, he spent a little over $1 million in hospital equipment and in other areas, a little over $1 million. So he must have given the $3,000. Maybe the
No,
fund-
please be specific.
no,
3,000.
3,000. Okay,
LD.
3,000 LD.
Which is
person-
a little.
It doesn't matter.
$20.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
$19? $18.
There's a possibility that
I think you spoke on
no,
already.
no, don't cut me off. No, you're not going to do that.
Go ahead.
No. Then you gotta increase the heat.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The thing is that perhaps other senior citizens of Bapulu were contributing to the celebration of Christmas or the holiday. And I'm not gonna say, okay, my contribution is $3,000. So let us look at
The senior senator of the
It
country.
doesn't matter.
Okay, we spoke on
The man
already.
spoke.
Edwin,
Listen, man, we spoke
you
over
spoke
$1 million.
already. So you don't pass it on.
So-
Please,
Wait, no, Sabo. No,
you
this
spoke
is a
already.
man who spent a little over $1 million.
Even if he said
a
$1 million,
$1 million
You spoke already. Edwin,
to
Edwin, let's hear you.
education and
My man,
half.
we have limited time. Edwin, let's hear you.
You guys get $3,000.
You spoke on. Edwin, let's hear
Very
you.
ungrateful, very ungrateful.
You spoke already. Edwin, let's hear you.
grateful.
Let me say this.
Mhm.
You see, the way our politicians have carried themselves over time,
Mhm.
you know, actually have developed this psyche in the mind of most of our people that whenever they appear, they're supposed to give them money because from the onset, even during that campaign process, that's what they do. They buy rice, they carry money, they dish out there and here, there, or so. And in return, whenever these people see them doing this holiday time, they actually expect something from them.
Mhm.
Now, there are two ways. If you don't have it to give it to them, don't give it to them. But You can look at, I think, over 100,
1,500
people, and you give them 3,000.
The contradicted themselves.
Oh, no.
They said they receive it in good faith.
No.
I can receive money from me and send it back.
No, Dave, you spoke.
Some gifts sometimes look like an insult. Some gifts are genuine. If you don't have it to give it, they didn't come to you to beg you, say, give it to us. All right. You thought that because it's Christmas season, this is what I have to give to you guys. You could have said, look, I don't have it. That letter would have come out. But if you go into a place where, like you said, over 1,000 people, and you take a $3,000 LD to give it to them they see it as an insult from their lawmaker. And then we need to reach to this point where we say to ourselves, let's start enticing people with gift when we are into these jobs, because what it does, it creates the expectation of the people that whenever they see you, you have to give them money. And this time, if you don't have it, they're not going to understand it.
Okay, you made a point. Let's hear from you, George.
I'm surprised to hear this because this is not the Amara Kone.
How much you give your people in Lofa?
How
much you give your people in Lofa?
He's a guy.
How much did you give people in Lofa during the past Christmas?
No, please, the man speaking.
It's free.
We have limited time here. Go ahead.
He's not mean. He's not selfish when it comes to doing good for people. I look at it this way. I think the medium that he sent that money, play with it. And it's going to raise some issue in that place.
That is, you must have sent more than that, right?
I know. He's not going to send 3,000.
Josh, I agree with you. You make a lot of sense.
Please,
David.
The man has spoken.
He's not going to do that. He just recently, a group from the US who is undertaking project in Babru, he just gave them 10,000 US out. If Amara didn't have money, you're not going to send money in that place. The medium that he used to send that money, that medium, you will hear the real story. That's what I have to say for now.
And Sabo, let me just say something interesting regarding this.
Yeah.
You know, I remember, even though we have always said it's unethical to receive money from politicians. I remember there was a public relation officer at one of the ministries and agencies. The guy deceased now. I don't want to call his name.
I'm not calling.
Yeah, his boss called us, who was the Minister of Transport at that time. He called a news conference. When he called a news conference, it was a public relation stuff, man. He said, okay, gentlemen, I will give something to my public relation officer to see you guys. To see you guys. The public relation officer brought the money. And all of a sudden, everybody felt uncomfortable. Oh, the minister can give such a money? So people start making calls to the minister and said, no, I didn't give that man that amount. I gave him more than that. So when Kennedy said that, actually, it reminds me about that. There's a possibility that Amara Kone must have sent more than $3,000. And the conduit that he used to have sent that money must have tampered with it.
Okay, so let me state mine. I know all of you guys say So whether he used a conduit or he didn't use a conduit, that amount to give to 1,500 person, to give
it's not sure that.
It's
not sure of that
hey,
yet.
my brother, man. I'm speaking based on the communication here, right? Comrade, I'm speaking for evidence. So whether he used a conduit or he didn't use a conduit, I think the residents, 842, they received $3,000 as Christmas gift from the senator. I think they were right and correct to have written or to have rejected that gift. Even in my little position, I can give 1,500 president, 3,000 Liberian
$2 for one person.
That was a high degree of insult and disrespect for a group of people that put you in
But
the
they say
office.
unclear whether he get
No. You spoke your own. Let me talk. So that was the day you spoke your own. Let me talk. That was a total disrespect to the people. And that's the reason why the people rejected the gift.
How sure are you that $3,000 he gave?
I'm speaking for the evidence.
You see that, Mr. George? You see that publication?
It's
That
also,
publication was not in my mind. Was not intended to disgrace Senator
but
Cornell.
call your
It
attention
was
that.
intended to actually report that country that he used to send.
Yeah, but we know that we know that 3,000 get a conduit.
Before Monday, you hear the
Hello, so
Like $3,000 he gave the conduit.
Yeah,
so let me provide additional information.
I'm coming, Moses. That $3,000 he gave the conduit, that the money that amount reached to the citizens, and the citizens said, "Well, $3,000 for 1,500 persons, that's disrespect." So they returned the gift. So all we know, based on this evidence, that's $3,000 he gave the people.
Reportedly.
3,000 LD.
No.
Based on this communication.
Reportedly.
3,000 LD.
I know Senator Cornell.
3,000 LD.
American 1 million.
So Moses,
10,000 US.
Moses, let's hear from you.
Yeah. The additional information I want to provide here is that when the money was returned, the office of the senator received the money and acknowledged received.
Yeah.
So if they acknowledge received, then it means that it is true that the man sent $3,000. But again, like I said, when someone does a favor for you,
Moses, that's
it's something that.
That's
Yeah,
not
are you hearing me?
That's not favor. You can't.
No, it is a favor. No, so
Favor. That's not favor. That was an insult to the people. You
no,
can't get
so
$3,000. That's not favor.
no, so
Moses,
yeah,
Moses, even in my community, I can look out 5% and get them $3. In my community,
no.
I can look out $5.
Even
No,
so
when I go to
So,
I can look up 5% and get them $3.
you can't
That's
do that.
insult to them.
If he doesn't
Yeah,
have
so-
it,
They need to mention, given the position he is. In addition,
Yeah.
some of the simple were in the trenches to give him the position.
But the first year now, 10
yeah, but
No,
it's not 10
yeah, so yeah, so quickly, let me just say this. When you give, it's something that comes from within. It is not an entitlement.
Now, when you give in such a manner, man,
It doesn't matter the size.
it's such a demeaning manner. Now, when you give,
So it doesn't matter the size. That's why they may have to give.
Jonas Monday for another edition of the
Okay.
next George, but they have a pleasant time. Please play the team.